Okay, good morning. It's a public holiday here in South Africa. It's Heritage Day. My name's David Collins, and normally on a Monday morning go off to the clinic and then we do case management, and we've got a training coming up this weekend coming, but what I want to talk about today is I added the model to this picture last week, and then on the weekend my son drew a circle inside this circle here inside the community, and it reminded me of when it comes to an OD intervention, into an organizational development intervention. The size of the intervention or the success of the intervention is going to be dependent on the size of the change. Yeah? So if you're in an organization and you need to have a big cultural shift, a cultural change, a small intervention isn't going to impact the system that much. And so when Luca drew this, I was thinking, shit, that's most probably about the size of the intervention that we need if we're going to kind of make a difference in community. So if we're trying to create recovery capital, and to measure success is the amount of recovery capital we've created within the community, and how do we then measure the impact of that intervention, and whether it was successful or not. So this is what I've been thinking about this weekend. This is how organizations use OD to influence culture, and what we're trying to do is cure the world of addiction. We want to change the culture of the planet around addiction to a culture of recovery, and the way that we're going to be doing it is through training and treatment, and empowering people within community to work together. So what we need to have in the community is co-creative, collaborative conversations, is what we teach. And for me, the challenge of running a business and running a hospital and running a facility that is essentially in competition with other rehabs, I've got to kind of think now, we're bringing in the competition into the community, so how's that going to impact the business? So I always have an ethical dilemma around what is success. So is success beating your competition? And which it isn't for me. Success for me is if there were more and more people benefiting in the community from treatment centers, and people in recovery co-creating and collaborating and working together. However, it is such a the environment is in such crisis, chaos and conflict, people have short-term thinking. So I'm in crisis, shit, we got a fire, let's go put the fire out, and then there's no systemic change. So this would be a big fire break. So we need to start talking about what success is, and how people collaborate and work together.